Hi, today we are going to discuss about data warehouse basics. So what is data warehouse? How did data warehousing come into existence? And what purpose does it solve? How do we create a data warehouse? So what is data warehouse? I will explain with the one example. So here it's a banking system, multi-location banking. So multiple branches we have in this bank. It's a Lotus Bank. So what is a data warehouse? This Lotus Bank contains millions of accounts. Millions of accounts, nothing but the bank has to maintain loads of data. Okay, so more customers we have, so more transaction daily we are getting. So here, for implementing any new business idea, the bank has analyzed the data. So when you have the data, then only we can analyze each and every point of business. Who are the best customers to the bank, from how long they are maintaining that accounts, what are the new accounts they opened in this particular periods, from which location they are opening that accounts. So we can consider, we can take this data and we can take good decisions about the business. So using this data, we can analyze the business, we can take the good decisions. Okay. Hence the data should be in the format that allows the business analyst to have clarity of the account. So not only you have data, but for analysis, you have to maintain a proper format to generate the reports. Okay, the money transactions, the profits and losses, the best customers, their transactional details, everything, quarterly transactions, monthly transactions, day wise transaction, particular offices transactions, anything. So when you are maintaining your data in a proper format, the end users, the business analyst can easily analyze the business because it contains the clarity. Okay, so in this case, when you are maintaining in a proper format, then it contains the clarity of the account holders and their transactions. So who are the customers, we can easily find out. What are their transactions, easily we can find out. Okay, and next, data warehouse, storage area for processed and integrated data across different sources. So here the Lotus Bank contains so many branches. In India one branch, in US one branch, in UK one branch. So already it started the bank and it's running the bank. Already we have processed data and current going data also we have. Okay, so here if you want to analyze your entire bank transaction, first you have to integrate the multiple location records, multiple location data into the single location. Okay, so in one branch you are using SQL Server, in one branch you are using Excel, in one branch you are using Teradata. So different sources you have. So using data warehouse, we can integrate that different sources data into one location. And a data warehouse allows its users to extract required data for business analysis and strategic decision making. Here we are integrating the different sources data into the one location. So each and every bank related information we have in one place. So we can easily extract the data and we can easily generate the reports. So based on that reports, there is a chance to take a good decisions. Okay. And these are the two persons, founders of the data warehouse. So Bill Inman and Ralph Kimball. So Bill Inman opinion is a data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile collection of data in support of management decision making process. So we have database. Okay, subject oriented. Subject oriented means, so you have complete historical data in your database in about your business. Okay, if it is 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, anyway. So just you want to analyze particular employee data. When he is joined, what is the joining salary, joining designation, performance rating, okay, and after that not only that, anything, current location, previous location, designation changes, salary changes, performance rating changes. So we can analyze the starting hiring point to still point. We can analyze each and every data information about that employee. Okay, so subject oriented, particular subject, using the data warehouse, particular subject data also we can analyze. Particular product like honey, what are the types of honeys we have, what are the companies they are providing the type of honeys, which people are taking more, in which season is taking more. Okay, so what are the price changes from the last year, current year, or previous day, current day, previous month, current month, quarter. Okay, so like this it will support that particular subject related data. So it's a subject oriented. And integrated, already we discussed here the bank contain different branches. In different branches they are using different sources, so we can integrate the data into the single location. And time variant is very important. So when you have the time, then only we can compare the data, we can identify profits and losses in your business. Okay, and non-volatile, so once data entered into the data warehouse, it will not change. There is no option to update the data because you are maintaining historical data. If you are changing the same data, we will get current information, we will not get historical data. Okay, so when a database is supporting, it's satisfied by subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile, that database we can call a data warehouse. Okay, so Ralph Kimball, a warehouse is a copy of transaction data specifically structured for query and analysis. So anyway, we are taking the data warehouse is a transactional data, so which we used for query, for analysis. So I'll explain in detail with the points. So next is the evaluation of data warehouse. So these are the different stages. Finally we got data warehouse concepts in 1990s. So before 1970s they used papers, and in 70s also they used the folders and files, but each and everything we need to write in the paper. So what are the customers? Okay, what are the products they are taking? What are the products we are purchasing? The daily wise, everything we need to write in the paper. Then in 1980s it's introduced the database, but in 1990s completely we found data warehouse. Okay, this is the evaluation. So data warehouse is a process, it's not a product. The process of creating well designed information management solution which enables informational and analytical processing without the barriers of geography and organization. So warehouse, we are creating a warehouse means we are preparing a well designed architecture here. The relationship between the tables, the columns, okay. So different databases also we are integrating. So we need to look into that also. So using the different databases we are creating architecture of the warehouse, the relationships of the warehouse, the servers things, everything we need to concentrate. Okay, next. So creating a data warehouse. So when we got the client requirement, first we are concentrating on the architecture. So what are the tables, means how many dimensions, how many tables we have, table in tables relationships, everything, the architecture of the warehouse. Then we are looking into the capacity, how much data we are getting from source databases. Okay, daily basis, weekly basis or yearly basis based on the object. And integration, like we are taking the source information from one server, we are for migration tools we are integrating somewhere, and the target place, servers, the integrate information of the servers, everything. We are getting in real time we are getting millions of records, so the capacity, everything we are considering there. So based on that we are looking into the capacity and integrate part. And then already we decided architecture, but in depth we are doing data modeling, what are the exact tables and relationships, columns, everything we are deciding here. So after deciding everything we are looking into which ETL tools we are using, and what type of metadata we are getting, and the repository database, everything we are designing here. Then sources, the connections and importing the sources, targets, then writing the scripts to migrate that source data into the target, and finally end users application, the reporting will start from here. So this is the process we are following to create a data warehouse. And features of data warehouse: a data warehouse is a maintained separately from organizations operational databases, because you are running business, to run your business you are maintaining separate database, but to store this historical data, to maintain this data warehouse, we are separately maintaining another databases, because this is non-volatile. So once you enter into the data, into the database, we are not updating anything there. Okay, just periodical wise, just we are refreshing, means we are inserting new records into the database. If you have any changes in the existing, that is also we are inserting as a new records into the data warehouse. Okay, so here first we are extracting data from multiple locations, means multiple databases. Then we are cleaning the data, we started a business in India, US and UK. The date formats, the currency formats are different, so we need to first convert into well designed format. So at that time we are applying this cleaning part. So data load and refresh, based on the object type, we are loading the data into the data warehouse daily basis, weekly basis, yearly, monthly, based on the objects and based on the client requirement. We are loading and we are refreshing the data. So here we are applying so many logics and everything, and service queries, monitor the warehouse. This is complete the process of the migration of the data from multiple locations to single data warehouse. Extracting, cleaning, loading and refreshing, applying conditions, writing the queries, monitoring the output. This is total operations we have in the ETL part: extract, transmission and load. So this is the complete process. So first we are extracting from multiple locations, then we are cleaning based on the requirement, we are converting data first into proper format. Then we are applying transmission, means we are building business requirement, business rules here in the transmissions. After that we are doing unit testing, whether we are getting expected results or not, any data we are missing or any unexpected results we are getting, we are checking here. And finally, if data is matches with the requirement, finally we are loading data into the data warehouse. Okay, after that the reporting people retrieving the information, they are generating the reports, and finally we are analyzing the data. So but for each and every business they have that limited period, like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years business. So for example, I'm maintaining a business data last 3 years, from last 3 years. So my database capacity is 3 years. Okay, so 3 years completed and 4th year first month started. So at that time, the starting point of the business, starting month of the business, I'm archiving. Okay, and the new month business I'm inserting into the database. So the archived information, if it is required, we can store somewhere, or after that if you want to destroy, we can destroy also. So this is the ETL part: extract, time, transmission and load. This is the ETL part completely. Then retrieving and analysis, the reporting part. Okay, next so here we have issues in creation and maintenance of a data warehouse. So we need to concentrate on some points when you are creating a data warehouse or when you are maintaining a data warehouse. The selection of data warehouse architecture, migration to data warehouse, performance of a data warehouse, missing data, historical data, changes in the data model, frequency and types of data refresh, very large database. So when you're designing, when you're deciding the architecture of the warehouse, it's very important. So based on that architecture, we are deciding that schemas part, everything. Okay, so once you decide, after design of everything, the data warehouse architecture, you started your execution and you are loading your data into the warehouse. So after that, if you want to change anything, that is a rework. So that's why the selection of the warehouse is architecture is very important. So migration, we are working with millions of records, the performance, migration, missing data, historical data, this is very very important. So you are applying some logics, you are preparing some business rules. So using that, you are missing any data or not, you need to check. Historical data, so each and every transaction we are getting or not, we need to check. So performance, when you are retrieving the data from the tables, the performance wise also we need to look. Okay, the frequency, types and data refresh is very very important. In some database we'll get the time issues to load the data into the database, to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, while migration, while applying the rules, some type of database, some type of design, it will take time to process that records. Okay, we need to very careful the selection part or migration part, performance part and frequency also, because these are the very very large databases. It's required more cost and more space, so retrieving also it will take more time. Okay, so do tools, different tools, uh, DBMS tools for database source and target related, and to install the ETL tools we required middleware tools or ETL, data stage, reporting is Cognos, business objects like that, the query tools. And so we are installing ETL tools on some DBMS, then not only then warehouse administration tools and query tools. So here we have architecture. So these are the DB tools, DBMS. Okay, this is the ETL process, extraction. So here we are applying the transmissions. Okay, so different databases we have here. Okay, here we are cleansing the data, we are applying the logics, and finally we are loading data into the data warehouse. After that, from data warehouse we are integrating the data using reporting tools. We are generating the reports to the business analyst, end users, professional users, managers. Okay, so this is the architecture. So this is the basic data warehousing requirement and preparation of the architecture, the flow of the process to create a data warehouse. Thank you.